Hey guys, I'm Roger Dodger Gaming, and I'm your coach for the Sin City Squirtles. We are here for our Week 3 matchup. We are currently 2-0 and are looking to pick up our third win. Let's get into the battle. So these are the Pokemon I do not anticipate my opponent to bring. Roserade being the first. I just think with Cinderace, we have a very good matchup against it, and we have things like Galarian Slowbro that can just do a bunch of work to it. And I really am not anticipating him bringing it. I don't think it's that great against us. Zerark with the illusion ability could be a potential bring, but I think we have stuff like Cinderace that can just hit everything really hard, and we have just other mons like our Diggersby that are very good against it, and there isn't really much a need for a dark type, I think, on his team. Braviary, I think he could bring, but I'm not really anticipating him to. With the kind of Pokemon I've been bringing, I don't think it's great. We can basically sit in front of it with our Slowbro, and it can't do a ton to us. And it could be good against Cinderace, but it has kind of an odd matchup, so I just don't anticipate him bringing it. Scorch, he could bring because of Flash Fire, trying to take advantage of Cinderace's Pyro Ball. But I think we have a lot of things that check it, like our Diggersby absolutely just goes nutty against it. And I think he has some other mons that are better to bring. Licky, he's not going to bring it. I have multiple fighting types on my team, and it just doesn't make sense. And his Meowstic, he's not going to bring it. Again, he has the Prankster ability, which could allow him to set up screens, but I have a really good answer to it, being Pangoro, that can basically, Prankster doesn't work on dark types, so Pangoro can just go in and then hit it with a knockoff, and it's done. So, yeah. I don't anticipate, or if he sets up screens, I can also potentially court change with Cinderace, which he has to be fearful of, because, yeah, that could put him in a really bad spot. Alright, this is the team I anticipate him bringing. Excadrill is incredible under Sand, Sand Rush, or Sand Force, allowing it to either boost its speed or attack in the sand. It is a great steel type. It gets access to moves like Rapid Spin, which can boost its speed even further. So I think 100% he's going to bring it. I believe it was his first round overall pick, and I think you definitely have to bring that. This Hippowdon, I definitely anticipate him bringing, because to set up the sand for Excadrill, very bulky mon, and can toss off earthquakes with relative ease against my team. Mimikyu with its disguise, I highly anticipate him bringing it, just because his disguise allows him to take one hit, and he can Sword Stance, and with moves like Shadow Sneak to potentially pick off our team late game. I think it's just good. Could be an answer to my Slowbro if he's able to like switch in on it and set up. That could be very good for him. Yeah, Goodra 100% is coming. Just is an incredible bulky mon. Typically run Assault Vest with max attack, special attack, and can hit like a truck and take hits incredibly well. I've used it previously, and I 100% guarantee it's coming. It's just very good against my team. Same thing with Passimian. He's definitely bringing it. I have 5 Pokemon on my team that are weak to ice. So, or not ice, rather, fighting. And it is a very fast, hard-hitting fighting type. So I very much anticipate him bringing it. And then last one I think he's going to bring is probably Lantern as a Slowbro check, and potentially check to Cinderace. Being able to take a Pyro Ball, or being able to, you know, gain health on my Scalds and stuff, I think could be very beneficial for him. So I think that's the team he's going to bring. Let's get into the Pokemon I did not bring. Galvantula, I thought it could have came this week. He had some Pokemon like Braviary, but it could get one shot. It's very niche Pokemon. It can be used to set up sticky webs, but it's also can be killed pretty easily. So I thought there were other mons that are a little bit bulkier that could put in work as well. So I didn't choose that. Galarian Slowbro could definitely have come, but I thought its counterpart, Slowbro, was better. And I had some other Pokemon that I just thought did more. I didn't really need Druddigon this week. I thought Slowbro fulfilled that role well. And he had like his Mimikyu that could potentially set up on it. And I didn't want to risk that. Druddigon, or not Druddigon, Drifloon, I didn't think was a good bring. Just because again the Mimikyu was good, and Rosar, or not Rosary, Gudra can potentially put in work. It can take any hit we have and then can then throw off a Thunderbolt. Same thing with Alolan Sandslash. Gudra just absolutely walls this thing, and Gudra typically can carry a Flamethrower, which would absolutely blow us back. And yeah, and last, Kling Kling is not hasn't come in as useful this week as I was hoping it would be, so I didn't bring it. Excadrill can do a number to it, so can Hippowdon. It doesn't really do good against this team. Alright, so our first mon is going to be Slowbro. This absolutely does a ton to his team. Scald can do, I think it's like 80% to Excadrill, depending on the set, and does roughly 50 to Hippowdon. So we can try to 1v1 that Hippowdon. I have Shadow Ball there exclusively for the Mimikyu. Psychic is there for the Roserade if he wants to bring that. But overall, we can just kind of go for Scald. His team has very physical mons, so if we get a burn, we can absolutely cripple something, which can be very good. Lantern, I think, is a problem, but we have another mon in the back that can deal with it. So yeah. Alolan Ninetales, I think, can be very good this week. Against his Sand team, we can change the weather, which nullifies Excadrill's ability. He will no longer be fast, and we can hit him with a Blizzard, which will do a ton. Freeze Dry can be good against pretty much anything on his team. Like Excadrill, it's good against Hippowdon, but it's mainly there for his Lantern. Lantern, we are doing a tremendous amount to. We are bringing Moonblast this week because it helps out with his Pissimian. Depending on what set he is, we outspeed him and go for a Moonblast and do a tremendous amount of damage. And we can also set up a Veil, which can help with some of our other mons. Diggersby is rocking the Choice Scarf this week. Earthquake is incredible against his team, as he has a lot of ground types. Excadrill, mainly Hippowdon. We can do a tremendous amount of damage, and his check is his grass type's Roserade, which does not want to take an Earthquake. I have Thunder Punch there for the potential, the Braviary, which doesn't want to take a Thunder Punch, and if we get knocked off at any point, we can use Quick Attack, or if he's low on a mon, we can switch out or switch in and Quick Attack it real quick. So that's great. A knockoff just for great utility kills Meowstic, I believe, in one hit, which is great. Overall, I think could be a very useful Pokemon this week. Pangoro is another great mon this week. I am rocking the Mold Breaker ability, so this allows us to nullify our opponent's abilities. So against Mimikyu, I can just go switch into it, hit it with a Bullet Punch, and I don't have to break its disguise. I can just hit it directly, and Bullet Punch is doing a tremendous amount of damage to it. So this could be a very good, like, if we are predicting, oh, Mimikyu's coming in, I can switch into this, Bullet Punch it, then before it gets its Sword Stance off, or as it's doing it, and then Bullet Punch it again, and just do a tremendous amount of damage to it, and potentially knock it out. I think we two-shot it with Bullet Punch, which is great. And Knockoff kills it, I believe, in one hit. And this mon can put in a lot of work. So, yeah. Cinderace, we haven't used Cinderace the best so far in the league. We've gotten some pretty bad luck with it so far. I'm hoping to have that turn around this week. We are bringing Choice Band Pyro Ball, U-Turn, Sucker Punch, and High Jump Kick. His Pyro Ball, again, does great. Excadrill does not want to take a Pyro Ball. Neither does Roserade, Mimikyu, Scorch can, depending if it's Flame Fire or Flash Fire. You can take that with ease. But we have U-Turn to switch out on that. Meowstic does not want to take a Choice Banded U-Turn. We'll put it in, like, it just doesn't want to do that. And we have Sucker Punch for a Mimikyu that can be very useful. I think we won what we have to, if this disguise is broken, I believe we one-shot it, which is great. and just overall we put in tremendous amount of work with Cinderace. So I'm hoping we have better luck this week than we did in the past 2 weeks. And we have Virizion as our like check to some of his Pokemon. Virizion is just great this week because Excadrill we can do a tremendous amount of Excadrill, assuming it's not in the sand. Leaf Storm, I believe, one shots it. With our spread, we're kind of running an odd spread this week with both physical and special moves. Leaf Storm does a tremendous amount of damage. Leaf Storm, I have it so we can one shot a lot of his mons with Leaf Storm by doing what we're doing. So Excadrill we one shot. I believe we one shot Hippowdon. Roserade I have Air Slash for, just on the off chance we do that. That same goes for Centiskorch. Air Slash is very useful against that. Pissimian, we can either close combat or Air Slash. Synthesis is there for a little bit more recovery. Lantern, we one shot, so I'm anticipating him to potentially lead a Lantern on my Slowbro lead. So I will lead instead Virizion, and I can start with the Leaf Storm, and I am guaranteed to one shot that mon, which is great. We'll do tremendous amount, and if he wants to switch, we can kill Excadrill or Hippowdon, which is great. And yeah, Meowstic, I don't really anticipate it doing too much against us. It can set up screens, but we can hit it with like a Leaf Storm or close combat. We can just kind of deal with it. So yeah, alright, we're back. He brought pretty much the team I was expecting him to bring. I'm going to lead Virizion. We can do a tremendous amount of damage to pretty much the entirety of his team. He leads Lantern. I'm going to just go for the Leaf Storm on the Lantern. We just straight up one-shot it, which is great. I anticipate him probably either Goodra or maybe Pissimian if he wants to be more offensive coming in here. He does go Pissimian. I'm going to just go Slowbro as I can take any hit. He may want to go for a knockoff to get rid of my item, which we can take, and if he wants to go for a fighting type move, we can take that as well. He just goes up straight up for the knockoff. We lose our leftovers, but that's not a big deal. We can just go for a Psychic here and do a tremendous amount of damage to him. He switches into Goodra. That's not too bad. We don't do a ton to him, and he may try to go for maybe a Shadow Ball. I'm going to just go into my Lone Ninetales to set up the sand, or not sand, hail, and we can hit this thing with, he has Power Whip, that's not too bad. For us, we can live another one, and we're going to just straight up go for the Blizzard. We are faster and can do a tremendous amount of damage to this thing with the Blizzard. And let's see we might lose our Ice Queen depending on what he goes for. He goes for Rock Slide and unfortunately misses. That's really unfortunate because we might have lived that, but we have a lot more HP and can be very useful for late game. So I'm gonna just go for the Blizzard. Nothing on his team really wants to take it, and we knock out Goodra. So we're in a pretty commanding position so far. He may go into his Hippowdon to change weather. That would be a pretty good play on my opponent's part. He goes into his Pissimian, which to hit me super effectively. I'm going to switch out into my Slowbro again. Our Slowbro is designed to just take hits from Pissimian, and he can't do too much. Has the Gunk Shot, and we unfortunately get poisoned, which sucks, because I believe that does like 12% each turn. Something like that. We took 13, which is going to be pretty crippling for our Slowbro. So we can go for a Slack Off here. I think it's probably our best bet, just to make sure our Brainwash stays healthy. Because that Toxic's really, or not Toxic, but Poison is really racking up the damage. He's just going to go for Stealth Rock. That's not too surprising on my Slack Off. And I can go for a Scald here. He probably is going to go for a Slack Off of his own, maybe, or an Earthquake to try to weaken me a little bit. But I think my best play is the Scald, just to try to either burn him so he doesn't do as much damage, or if he wants to switch in his Excadrill at some point, I want to make sure he doesn't have a free switch in, because Excadrill can be a problem in the sand. So we are taking on some damage. I'm gonna just go for the slack off again, on anticipating him to slack off. We are doing a pretty good amount of damage to him. Our Scald is going to be doing, and we snag the burn, which is really good. Then now he can't really do too much to us with his Earthquake. If he wants to try switching, that could be problematic for us. I'm going to just stay in here with my slack off I just did, and he's probably going to go for the sword stance and try to gain a little bit more skin in the game. I am going to just go for the Shadow Ball. I want to break this thing's disguise, and we should be able to live. If he wants to go for like a Shadow Claw or something on us, that can kill us, but we can send in something that's faster. We just straight up go for the Shadow Ball. We break his disguise, which is great. What do I want to do here? What do I want? I'm gonna. Oh, he has the red card. All right, so that switches us out into Alolan Sandslash, or not Sandslash, Alolan Ninetales, which is pretty good for us. We can just go for the Blizzard here. Nothing on his team really wants to take it, and we are killing Mimikyu, which is great. I'm surprised he didn't try to go for like the, maybe he didn't have Shadow Sneak, which could have potentially killed us. I don't know, that's interesting. He may try to go Passimian again, or he just goes Hippowdon. That's fine. I'm gonna switch my Slowbro, as we can take this pretty easily. If he wants to go for like an Earthquake or something, hitting Blizzard in the sand is not going to be the best option. He goes straight Excadrill, which is great for us. If he wants to, I don't know, he might try Rapid Spinning to get in some speed, or just try to maybe Iron Head to get as much damage off as possible. I'm going to go for the Slack Off here. I want this thing as healthy as possible to deal with his Sandstorm and Excadrill. If he's in Sand Force, we might be in trouble here. But I'm probably anticipating him to be Sand Rush just to try to get some more speed. He does Rock Slide against us. That doesn't do too much. We should, fortunately, won't live another one because of poison. But we're still doing a tremendous amount of damage to him. So, unfortunately, we didn't snag the burn, which would have been crippling for him. I'm going to just sack my Alolan Ninetales here to whatever he wants to go for. If he misses, then I can potentially kill him. And he just goes Earthquake. Now I can go VIRIZION and hit Leaf Storm. I kill pretty much, I think, anything that comes in. If his Passimian wants to come in to take the hit, that could be a little bit problematic, but again, we're weakening it to allow something like Pangoro or Diggersby to potentially kill it with a quick attack or a bullet punch. So he just goes to Hippowdon, so this is going to be a dead Hippowdon. And to set up the Sandstorm, so we basically just need to stall out the Sandstorm or kill Excadrill, which we should be able to do with our Diggersby or Pangoro, or a combination of both. I'm going to just stay in with my VIRIZION and go for a close combat. If we are able to live the hit, which I think we might be able to because now he's not Sword Stance, we do live, which is great. So we're going to kill this Excadrill, and we are going to kill ourselves with our Life Orb Recoil, which is great. He's going to go his only option is Passimian. I'm going to go into my Slowbro. He can't really do anything to my Slowbro. Actually, I'm going to go into my Cinderace. Let's get Cinderace a kill here. Because we should outspeed if he's, unless he's Choice Scarfed. He might be Choice Scarfed. But I probably anticipate him being banded just to do a little bit more damage. Because he's pretty fast on its own. He is Scarfed, which is going to kill our Diggersby. Or not our Diggersby, our Cinderace. We are just having bad luck with Cinderace. I'm sorry, Cinderace. I am not playing you as well as I should. So I'm going to just go into my Slowbro here. He's weak. I can slack off, potentially, on whatever he wants to go for. If he's he's locked into close combat, so that shouldn't do it much. And I can just go for the slack off here to regain my health and not die to poison. And He's going to continue to drop his defensive stats, and I can just go for the Psychic to finish the game. That Poison's surprising. Haven't seen it do as much damage. I didn't think it was going to do as much damage as it is doing. It can be very annoying. So we should be able to finish up the game here with a Psychic. With his defense being so low, I think we one-shot him regardless, but with his defense, we guaranteed to destroy him. So yeah, we are going to win a 3-0 against our opponent. I hope you guys enjoyed this match. If you did, please comment, rate, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.